let's start at the beginning. What is town transformation?
Transformations are where you actually organize deliberate programs that achieve an environment where you've got a current state which is at risk to create a future state that can sustain and survive. So in the context of town transformations, what you typically have is you have a town that is at risk because of an economic decline, because of social unrest, or whatever that risk may pose. And then you implement a deliberate program to achieve an altered state that ensures that town's future. Oranjemund has got tremendous potential to actually transform and play its role in the region and in the country and in the legacy of Namibia in terms of achieving success in something that is actually extraordinarily difficult. This potential can only be unlocked if the stakeholders we spoke of earlier really play their best part to make that happen.
What role do you foresee Namdeb having in Oranjemund's future?
Namdeb is playing an enabling role and has played an enabling role in creating OMDis. And the role of OMDis is to take Oranjemund or to facilitate the economic diversification of Oranjemund, to establish other industries, and there's huge opportunities. As I said earlier, strategically located, and there are a lot of other opportunities that comes with the facilities that are there, access to the national park, fantastic road infrastructure. But these things don't happen organically. And Namdeb's role in the town is now to enable this economic transformation. We are uniquely positioned right now, Namdeb as well as the town, to write a different story. Many mining companies, once they pull out of communities, then leave legacies where people are suffering economically and so forth. And in this case, I do think we've got a completely different opportunity. And that's what OMDis is all about. That's the economic transformation of the town, so that it isn't only dependent on diamond mining. Diamonds have played, and diamond mining here in Namibia has played such an absolute key role in our economy. It's played a key role in developing communities, developing careers, and we want to continue that legacy. And that is really the ambition that Namdeb has in this. We want to have a positive legacy where people can look back in decades to come and say, that is the role that diamonds played in our lives, in our community, has been great, and it's been building the future that we want to see for our country and for obviously for the town of Oranjemund going forward.
Bringing the saying, diamonds are forever, to life.
Absolutely.
What happens next in this amazing journey?
OMDis has been created as a not-for-profit organization, and so that sets us aside from many organizations that play in this space. Our prime purpose is to look at the sustainability of Oranjemund. Our competitive advantage would include, amongst others, the Orange River. We've got water, we've got arable land, and so a logical area of focus for distinction for Oranjemund would be agriculture. So we're looking at desert agriculture. We've already started a pilot project in 2015 and has shown significant and positive good progress. And we're now in a stage where we want to commercialize, export. So food security is quite an important focus area for OMDis, and Oranjemund residents and others can actually become part, other investors can become part of this great opportunity. Then apart from that tourism, we're sitting on the doorstep of the Speergebied area. That there's potential concessions that will become available for Oranjemund people, other Namibians and foreign investors. And that we believe that basically those two industries, agriculture and tourism, can play a significant role in the re-engineering the new Oranjemund of 2030.
What role does OMD 2030 play in the transformation of Oranjemund?
The people that live in Oranjemund have been totally dependent on Namdeb Diamond Mine. And Namdeb made all their decisions for them in the town. They got free services, they got free water, electricity and so on, but they had no stake before in the future of what was going to happen. So they were totally dependent on what the mine said. So our major role is to try and help remove this dependency culture. So we're looking for mindset change, and with that mindset change, we're hoping to influence the community so that we have positive behavioural changes, and so that we can, every one of us in the town can take responsibility for where the town is going to be.
Tell us about Oranjemund's value propositions.
I think the value proposition has changed. When I grew up in Oranjemund, it was a closed town where you need a permit to enter. The police was really security employed by the mine. And now it's an open town with NAMPOL present, with a public school present, which wasn't present when we were there. But I think the value proposition is a town that can really cater, build, and protect families. It's a fantastic place to raise children. It has all the facilities. So I think the value proposition comes from the perspective of the services sector, because you can provide a full spectrum of services from Oranjemund. When I look at Oranjemund, what I think of, and what many people think of, is quality education. So I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't access to early childhood education, quality early childhood education, if it wasn't access to a very strong primary school education. That laid the foundation for everything else that I did. There is specific niches which Oranjemund can actively look at. So old age care, a retirement village, a university, and all the services, the specialized medical services, the specialized academic services that come with that. Where there's a university, there's lecturers from all over the world. They come with their families who need schools, so you put up another fantastic private school there. There's a lot that can be done there. We have examples of what happens when there's a whole-scale withdrawal of a mining investor, and I think the De Beers Group should be given credit for the responsible manner in which they've managed their exit, where they've given an opportunity for us to think about what a Oranjemund in the 21st century looks like.
What potential with the transformation in mind do you believe the town has?
What makes it unique is that it is this really sophisticated, multifaceted village with water and trees and grass and golf courses and everything, but set in the middle of this grand natural landscape of the Namib Desert and along the Skeleton Coast, which is so dramatic. So it's really not an exaggeration at all to say it's unique. There can't possibly be anywhere in the world like Oranjemund. It's like the best kept secret. If that town could be connected to the wider Namibia and South Africa and the world, I think it would be a fabulously interesting place to live and a fabulously interesting place to visit.
You're originally from Oranjemund?
I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are your fondest memories of Oranjemund?
Well, I grew up rollerblading. We used to go rollerblading. We had a hall in the center of the town where we went rollerblading. We had sandboarding, because in Oranjemund there's the sea, there's the desert, and the river. So it's all these three different types of nature. And so I grew up around nature. It was beautiful.
How did the town support you?
I was taught piano at a very, very young age. At Oranjemund Private School, we were taught, just a lot of things in the arts. Like I was doing drama, ballet, dance, many different things. So the reason actually why I'm a saxophonist today is because of my musical upbringing in Oranjemund. I was taught by a lady named Mevrou Hannetjie Brandt, and she taught us piano, but she also encouraged us to sing. So I did a lot of competitions, and that got me used to being on stage, performing, and then that's where I was like, this is really cool. I want to perform on stage. I want to do music for the rest of my life.